History, Chapter 4, Tribal Dekus and Vision of Golden Age, Part 2. Good morning, children, and we have already started the chapter that is Tribal Dekus and the Vision of the Golden Age, chapter number 4 of History. In this, we have seen that hot forest law and their impact. The British brought about several changes in the forest laws which severely affected the lives of many tribes. The British, for example, extended the control over the forest and declared that forest was state government property. The British wanted timber, so the forests that reduced it were classified as reserve forests, where people were not allowed to move freely to practice jhum cultivation. As a result, several jhum cultivators moved away to the areas in their lifestyle. After that, we have done that how the colonial officials decided to give jhum cultivation small patches of land in the forest to cultivate. And naturally, many tribal groups revolted against the alien and the unfair colonial forest law. For example, Songrans, Sangma in 1906 in Assam, and Forest Satyagraha in 1930, the central bobbins were the main revolts. The problem with the trade. During the 19th century, traders and moneylenders began to come into the forest. They offered cash loans on the tribal peoples and asked them to work for wages. In 18th century, Indian silk was in demand in European market, and the East India Company official tried to encourage silk produced in India to meet their growing demand. You can see the picture, how the weaving was done, how the women is weaving a mat. The caste of the silk growers and Santhals of Hazaribagh. The Santhals of the Hazaribagh reared silk cocoon, and silk traders sent in the agents who gave loans to them to collect the cocoon. The growers were paid 3 to 4 rupees for 1,000 cocoons. The middlemen who arranged deals between the exporters and silk growers made huge profits. Many tribals saw market and traders as their enemies. The search for work. The plight of the tribal who had to go away from their home for work, as even worse. They were often recruited in large numbers to work the plantation of Assam and the coal mines in Jharkhand. To the tribal, those who knew jobs were not just unfamiliar but actually very unpleasant and dangerous. And they gradually lost their culture and tradition, their health and self respect, and their families' ways of life in the forest. Now you can see the coal mines of Bihar in 1948 and 1920s. About 50% of the miners in the Jharia and Raniganj coal mines of Bihar were tribal.